Yo, what up? My name is Beaton. I am a new dev or animator on the scene, and I just wanted to make this video so I could offer some advice to anybody else who's new and looking to improve their sword swing. Because my first animation, I'll go ahead and show it. Don't laugh, guys. Don't laugh at this shit. My first animation, this is how it looked. At the time of me creating it, I was thinking, this is okay, this is not bad. I was just really happy to have been done with the work. But I kind of looked at it after sleeping, and honestly, this looks trash. Like, nobody in their right mind would ever use something like this. So I took it upon myself to make something a little bit better, and this is what I came up with in the span of about a day. Okay, so before we continue, I just wanted to clarify that I am not the best animator. I'm totally new to the scene, and I'm positive that there's, other people out there, maybe some viewers who could do this better than me, and that's totally fine. But without further ado, let's go ahead and continue. The main thing that I want a new animator to take away from this video is the idea of adding personality and weight to your animation. Each combat animation has 4 poses. You have your idle pose, your pullback, then you have your furthest point of contact along with recoil. How I was taught from the animation video that I found on YouTube was that these poses need to be the same amount of keyframes apart from each other. And I guess while that helps keep things organized, keeping your animation poses at the same speed between each pose, it kind of just makes your swing a little bit boring. Like, look at this, bruh. To really add like some artistic flair to your attack animation, you want to keep in mind the amount of weight that the sword has. For instance, in the design process that I had for this swing, I really wanted to emphasize how heavy the sword was. And if you swing a sword in real life, at least a heavy one, loading it up is going to take longer than the actual swing itself. So from pose 1 to pose 2, I made it 20 frames long. I made the amount of keyframes from pose 1 to pose 2 longer than the amount of keyframes from pose 2 to pose 3. Pose 1, which is 0, 20 frames to pose 2, 12 frames to pose 3, and then just 3 frames to pose 4. I guess the little cherry on top piece of advice I could give is that your recoil doesn't need to be a lot of frames. I messed around with a lot of frame counting, and the sweet spot that I found is that from pose 3 to pose 4, it should be about 3 to 5 frames. If you want to get like that little snap effect that I have. Okay, let's go ahead and loop it just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. See how it kind of like snaps back at the end there? So without further ado, let's go ahead and try our best to create a new one with that new technique that I just explained to you guys. Okay, so first things first, let's think of what swing we're gonna be recreating. I'm thinking maybe we should just recreate like a better version of that overhead swing. Like the little fucked up one that we made for the first time. Sword slash. Yeah, we're gonna recreate this, bro. Because this looks like hot trash. And I feel like I gotta put my money where my mouth is and show you how this technique works. So let's save as better sword slash 1. Hehe. All right, let's start working. I'm not gonna be teaching you guys how to weld. There are plenty of videos out there that'll teach you how to do it. And honestly, this katana right here, for some reason, this wooden piece of shit, it took forever to weld. So if I were to explain it, like I just end up looking like an idiot. So in order to get all keyframes down for idle, what I like to do is I like to click on rig, move this up a little bit. That sets all the keyframes, and then I just move it back down. And then let's go ahead and move this over. This is gonna be my pose 2. It's not gonna be set at frame 10. I'm just moving it over so I know, like, okay, it's going to be a right hand overhead slash. His furthest point back would probably be, oh shit, hold on. Let's do Alt Z, get out of there. Torso, you only want to select the torso for this portion. And also if you click B, you get like a ghost shell. You see this little red outline right here? It's like a ghost shell of its previous pose. And shout out to, I'll go ahead and shout him out right here. Put his video. It's like a sword swing animation video for beginners. Kind of taught me that keybind, and dude, shit works wonders, man. Furthest point back, go back to keyframe 10. I want to say right here. And since it's an overhead slash, most likely he's going to be leaning back a little bit, so get that access. Actually, yeah, something like this. Oh, I can see it already. So let's go ahead and move this back a little bit. That. So we're going to use that as pose 2, I guess, for the torso portion. Then for pose 3, let's make it 8 frames. 8 frames apart. And since it's an overhead slash, we actually want it to end like facing forward, but more towards the ground. Something like, yeah, something like that. Let's put them upright. Actually, fuck it. Boom. And maybe like that. Yeah, that's good. And for the recoil, we just put them back to normal, I guess. So, press B. Oh shit. So you go back here to pose 3, to here. There we go. Another trick I learned is, so when he's when your character is in pose 2, what I like to do is move him a little bit, move him backwards, so he could like really load up on it. So you want to move him back from his previous position, and then in pose 3, you kind of want to move him forward, so like really get some momentum. One thing that I actually want to do is I definitely want to show this. I want to really exaggerate the body turn, especially if it's going to be an overhead strike. So boom, steps that way, brings it back forward, hella fast, over his head, and then recoils back up a little bit. Let's add a little bit more recoil. Okay, I guess that's a good, it's good enough for the torso for now. We'll go ahead and touch it up later. So what I like to do, second, shout out to that video again, is work on the head, bro. So you go back to those poses. So pose 2, pose 3, and you just turn its head to the target itself. There you go. And then now we could start working on that arm. Let's actually add like a middle frame. So we know right here, pose 10 is going to be, keyframe 10 is going to be pose 2. So what I'm going to do here, just move the arm. Actually, okay, you know what? Let's get this up here. The arm. This arm to kind of be back here. Because if you get up and you do an overhead slash, your right arm, let's add it over here. Damn, that's high. actually, this looks pretty good. So when you do overhead slash, the blade faces behind your head, right? Let's go ahead and lower that, connect the shoulder a bit. So let's see. Sheesh, that looks better already. What the fuck? Am I tripping? That looks way better. Alright, guys, animation done. No, I'm just playing, bro. Don't like how it turns here, so what I'm gonna do is let's go ahead and rotate that off. There we go. It's like a circular motion right there. Oh yeah, that's smooth. You really just want to get into flow state here. Just imagine it. Just imagine the swing. So when I am doing the third frame, I like to get in front of the rig, and then a little trick here, just to kind of see where it ends, or where the blade will fall. Doing a downward strike. Kind of want it to be something like this. There we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's the arm doing? What the fuck? Oh shit. Okay, see, hold on. Wham, wham, wham. Yeah, I don't like the way that falls. We want it to be more straight. Maybe more down as well. Yeah, probably closer to the floor. There we go. It's crazy. I was saying I gotta go through it part by part, and I broke that rule. That's okay. The rules are meant to be broken. The rules of animation are meant to be broken. Really just want to play around with it. Just keep in mind, you want your wind up to be more frames than your last point of contact. So it goes 10 and 8. And most likely this 8 is probably way too short. Actually, sorry, what I meant to say was this wind up is way too short. So let's just go ahead and get an early extension. Just move that over to like 15. Yeah, like pose 2 is now going to be at 15. So the wind up is going to take longer, right? Because we want to do like a real powerful hi-ya, 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 hi-ya. And so it goes 15. Let's maybe move 2 frames back. Boom. Yeah, that's way faster. Okay, that looks good. Let's see, this right arm is not falling at the right place. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. Yep, there we go. Perfect. It's like a real, uh-oh, uh-oh. Probably need to add more tilt here. There we go. Maybe too much. Boom. Oh yeah, I see it coming together already. I think his torso actually needs to get brought forward more. Yeah, there we go. Whoa, 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 what the hell? That was way too much recoil. He's getting up way too fast. There we go. That's better. Let's fix his head though. There we go. Guess now we can start working on that left arm. Alright guys, I'm just speed running this. Put that out. Oh yeah, look at that. Whoa, 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 what's he doing? There we go. Beautiful. Just bring that into his chest. Bring that forward. Whoa, 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 what the fuck? What's his arm doing? Chill out. My bad, not really doing a lot of explaining because I'm just so locked in, but you really just gotta play with the moon animation. I'm really just setting, right now, what I'm really focusing on is just setting the 4 poses, right? So here we have pose 1. This is gonna be my pose 2. Oh shit, what the hell? What's going on? It's gonna be my pose 2, pose 3, and pose 4. And then once I get those main poses down, that's when I'll start like meticulously going through the rest. Okay, so pose 1 brings it back up high. Actually want to retouch this up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a lot more natural of like bringing it up. But that follow through is not it. I think it's because this right arm, yeah, that follows a way cleaner pattern. Then I just need to move the sword at the end. See how natural that looks? Like, dude, this honestly beats that first animation already, bro. Like, we could end the fucking video here, but I want to make this like, I want to make this look good. So actually, closer to the floor is better. Let's go ahead and fix the left arm though. Left arm looks good there. Looks could be better here. It's fine. Fine tune each part. Remember guys, this is not pose 2. This is my pose 2. So with that in mind, what the fuck? You really just want to like use your own body for reference. Like for example, if you're raising a katana above if you're raising a katana above your head, obviously you would need to have like a foot out. You would need to be like stepping out with one leg if you really wanted to put some weight behind it. Dang, that shit looks good already. I will say I don't like the torso here. So we just do that. Then we raise the arms a little. There we go. Yeah, that looks like it has, that looks better. We just gotta fix those legs, because what the hell, looks like bro's swimming. Rule of thumb, you always want the legs to be touching the ground unless he's taking a step. So here at the end of the swing, I feel like if you're going to be completing the swing, you're going to want to be grounded, especially if there's going to be recoil. So let's go ahead and just place those on the ground, swing that out more, and there you go, touching the ground, yeah. Nice. Pulls it up. Nice and heavy. Actually, let's raise up his left arm. There you go. That's crazy. Funny enough, I think it would look better if the left arm was like twisted. There we go. Yeah, that is a more, if we're talking like this is the front of his arm, this is a more proper way to be holding the sword. There we go. Yeah, look, and it just transferred over to looking a lot nicer. The end part is a little bit too high, at least the recoil portion. So we're gonna lower that. Oh yeah. We might be done here, bro, with just these keyframes. Of course, we always go back, just like do better, but fuck, bro, this looks pretty good already. This does not look bad. All we did was just space out the poses differently. You get me? Like, boom. We made pose 1 to pose 2 15 frames, and pose 2 to pose 3 8 frames. That honestly looks pretty good. Improved one. In fact, we could actually make it a lot better by going, see, this is the front, right? So this is pose 2. So we could actually make this a lot better by what we could do. Right arm. We can just straighten out the sword a little bit, so it follows like, there we go, a straighter path. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Beautiful. Not this. There we go. Because we know from here to here he's starting to bring it down. So from point A to point B, we just wanted to give it like a clear cut path. In fact, yeah, there we go. Here, step back. Yeah, it's way straighter of a line, huh? Sheesh. That looks good. That looks solid to me, guys. Let's go ahead and close this out and then compare the two. So this was the shitty one, and this is the new and improved one. Oops. See how slowing down the pullback, you're able to like see the blade better, like the pathing from the side. Like, bro, looking at this is like he doesn't know how to even use the sword. But with this is like, oh shit, he knows what to do with it. Like, goddamn. But yeah, I guess that concludes the tutorial, guys. Just keep in mind, remember, space out your poses differently to add character. Space it out differently. Pose 1 to pose 2. Give it more frames than you would from pose 2 to pose 3. And yeah, that concludes the video. Thank you guys so much for watching.